Earlier in the show, we showed you video of a coach yelling at an umpire.
Well, joining us in the studio today are sports director Matt Gittins and KPVI's official soccer mom, Brandi Erickson.
That's not my title, too?
Hey,
do you want to be the official soccer mom? Awesome.
Knock yourself
take
out.
up a few titles.
So let's talk first about that video. You watched the video of the coach berating the umpire. Have you guys ever come across that? You know, Brandi, with your kids playing soccer, or Matt, covering any of the games?
I had a dad that was actually very similar to that, and I was an athlete in school, and so it was something that I was kind of used to. I don't know about calling names like moron or you're being
or using expletives,
and he was never taken out of a game. He's been threatened to be taken out of a game, but was never taken out of a game. But I personally thrived on it.
Oh, really?
I
as an athlete?
As an athlete, I did. If I felt like I came to Pocatello, I was from the Upper Valley. If I came to Pocatello and played at Highland High School, I felt like the refs were for Highland High School. And sometimes they needed to be told, hey, that was a foul. And I felt like my dad was rooting for me. You know,
it sounds like we have a difference of opinion over here.
I used to be a yeller.
Okay.
I used to yell at refs. And then I watched other people who were yelling at refs, and I thought, do I look like that? And that was the last day I started yelling at refs. Because well, I was on a baseball trip, and I'm sitting up in right field, clear up in the top bleachers, and a guy's screaming at the umpire for not being a strike. Oh, because I'm sure 45 rows up down the right field line. Yeah, you saw it. No referee, and I truly believe this, in their right mind, comes into a game and says, I'm favoring Highland, although we felt, or I'm favoring one team. But
I'm sure if you played sports and you go into your rival's den, you
I
make up any excuse.
Because I've been a referee.
Okay.
I go in, I'm going to ref this exactly how I think. If I see a foul, I call it.
But it's one thing in a major league stadium when you got a guy up on the upper deck yelling at the refs. But what about like little league games and soccer games where you're right there on the sideline?
I think it's embarrassing.
As a mom, what do you think it teaches children as they see this kind of behavior?
I think that it depends. I know my dad was obnoxious, and I shouldn't have called out Highland. We're now I am a Pocatello resident, so I'm sorry, Highland. But
that was in the past.
I'm wearing the Highland colors to make up.
I was a kid that I was an aggressive player, and I actually thrived from coaches who yelled at me, like not yelled at me, but yelled like, "Let's get it, go, run, go."
But there's a difference between positive and negative.
Right, but when the coach gets mad and slams the thing down, some people feel like that is horrific and horrible. Look at what you're teaching them, blah, blah, blah. But to me as an athlete, I didn't really care. Like, dang, my coach is mad, and I need to turn something around and do something to get the ball back or to do it.
I was the other way.
I don't know.
I didn't like coaches
that yelled at me. Well, and Michael, my husband, was the other way too. So we both actually had the same basketball coach. I had him in junior high. Michael had him as a high school coach. And we both have different opinions about it.
Did he change his coaching styles between the two of you? Still same guy, same coach?
Same guy, same coach,
and you talk about how your dad was very vocal in games, and apparently we've got some video to show you. Maybe it's genetic, but let's see that video clip of a certain. Now that's your daughter Berlin. Who's that?
Yeah,
in the background?
That's me screaming.
Somebody
because
is.
She just made a goal.
That's you as happy mom, though.
Right.
Absolutely.
No, and
encouragement.
I agree. Yelling at a game, positive encouragement seems to me completely fine. What's the line? What do you think see as the line?
The refs are you leave them alone.
I think you don't call people names. I think that's ridiculous. The thing is, though, is we're all Facebook users. Okay, think of the Facebook posts that you see of people who comment on our president, who comment on Mitt Romney, who comment on things, who are so awful and saying different things. How is that really any different? Or I feel like refs affect a game. Well, the president affects our life. How is it any different? I mean, it really, you have to.
But isn't that one way?
For turning it political.
Well, I'm just saying. See, that's awful. I look at those posts and it's awful. So absolutely, you don't call people names. You don't degrade people. You don't do that.
I agree.
Absolutely.
And I think we all in agreement of that.
We usually disagree on everything we talk about.
Everything.
So,
Okay.
It's a rare moment. Bringing nations together in the spirit.
And I love Highland. Go Rams.
In the spirit of the game.
Thank you so much for joining us and giving us your true and honest opinions. I don't think you held anything back.
Absolutely.
Okay. And still to come on more, we will talk with the person who found that wedding ring in Rigby Lake.